here we come to this interesting vegetable. Now, if it's the season, you can have green beans, you can have broccoli, you can have a bunch of other items. It really depends on what you want as vegetables. Corn, squash. Trying to think of other vegetables that you could make. You could make a salad. If you want to make something simple, that's probably the best way of doing it. A salad with some romaine lettuce or garden lettuce, tomatoes, pepper of your choice, not hot, spicy peppers, Spanish onion, mushrooms. You can make, actually, that's something I should have actually purchased for tonight, but I didn't know that I was being asked the question. Mushrooms. I'll give you a quick recipe to actually do. Now listen carefully. Buy mushrooms. Cut a little bit off the stem. Now what you're going to do, you'll need some olive oil. You'll need some sauce, soya sauce. And you're going to take all these mushrooms, okay, after that you've washed them and set them on into all in a bowl. You can put them in the bowl as after you've made the actual mix of the olive oil and that, and you marinate them for at least 15 to 30 minutes. Now after that's done, you put them on a baking sheet, preferably with aluminum foil, and you put them in the oven at about 320 degrees, but make sure you keep an eye on them. Mushrooms are full of water. The sesame, the sauce, soya sauce, will actually force water to escape. Okay, shrinking your mushrooms, making them into about yay big from something that was about like this big. Okay. Yes, you do lose a lot of the mushrooms, but I'll tell you what, you don't need a lot of salt when you're actually eating your food, because these little babies are packed with zest. They're packed with a nice salty taste, not overly salty. And by the time you actually let it shrink, they become harder, less mushy. Like, I can eat mushrooms, but I don't like them when they're boiled. And if they're improperly done, they do unfortunately have a hard time to actually deal with it. But let's come back to this little baby. Now, you wash it under tap water or whichever way you want. And because I don't like using too much time, there. This can be thrown out or recycled, or, well, I can't really recycle it, so compost. Now you're going to make this easy on yourself, so you're going to do this. Now this has to be boiled. It's stringy if you don't. Okay. We'll make it into 3 portions. The leafy bits, the medium bits, and the harder bits. These I put in water. I'll move you over here. There we go. Sorry, I'm actually throwing you guys all over the place. Potatoes on the go. Collard greens are going to be boiled. And to this you can add anything you wish. They have a slightly, I'm trying to think of the taste that they remind me of fiddleheads a little bit. Actually, fiddleheads don't have that much taste. Maybe spinach. It has a faint spinach taste to it. Because I want to give these guys some flavor, this is Arnie's all-purpose seasoning. Okay, usually I try to avoid all-purpose seasonings, but for this time around, and it's without MSG. So go put more water on this and let it boil. The longer it boils, the more tender it'll become. We'll cover it for now. And we'll be back in a few moments to actually go through the rest of the cooking. Aha! We're back. So, the potatoes are still boiling, and since they're going to be close to being ready soon, actually I'm going to have to up the tempo. And this too. I'm giving these guys some advanced prep time due to the fact that you want to cook your meat just before everything's ready. You can do the mash before, put it in the oven, keep it warm, covered, as long as you've got something that can stand low temperatures in the oven. This needs to be boiled for at least a good 15 to 20 minutes. You can boil it longer if you wish, but you have to judge. It's going to turn a certain color, it's going to become a little bit translucent, it's not going to be as firm. So, and here, well, I've got my oil already put in it, sesame oil. Take it from me, try not to get any in your eye. Don't ask me how. The cap for this one doesn't allow for oil to be dispersed, and if you close it, it forces it out. And I just happened to me just a few seconds ago. It stings. It's a replacement for mace. Well, the potatoes are ready. This is gonna boil, well, I actually finish my meat. Starting this. Be right back. So it doesn't get too cold. We'll get to that later. You've already seen the mashed. Use the recipes there. And now it's boiling.